Good day, everyone. I am Dalumpines, a third-year BS Pharmacy student from Section 3A, and this is my PCW, or the Contemporary World Advocacy Project, entitled Listen When I Say No, Protecting Individual Rights and Sexuality for the Love of the Youth. So, my advocacy project will be focused on the 5th Sustainable Development Goals, which is gender equality. So for the proponents, this project will be headed by me myself and I, LF Dalumpines, and my constituents, the third-year pharmacy students of San Pedro College, Section 3A of the school year 2022 to 2023, in collaboration with the Volunteer Service Provider, or VSP, and the third-year psychology students of San Pedro College. So for the background, San Pedro College recognizes sexual and reproductive health as critical to people's overall health and well-being. According to the United Nations Population Fund of 2016, excellent sexual and reproductive health is a condition of complete physical, mental, and social well-being in all reproductive system-related problems. On the other hand, the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, or EEOC, defines sexual harassment as unwelcome sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, and other verbal or physical conduct of a sexual nature. Sexual harassment violates an individual's fundamental human rights and dignity. It causes emotional and psychological harm to the victim, including feelings of anxiety, fear, shame, and embarrassment. It perpetuates a culture of power imbalances, inequality, and discrimination. Therefore, it reinforces harmful gender stereotypes and norms, and undermines the principles of respect, consent, and equality. In 2020, Davao region ranked the highest among the regions in the country on teenage pregnancy, with Davao City leading first. There were 15,703 teenage pregnancy cases noted in 2018, 14,000 in 2019, and 12,000 in 2020. Furthermore, the age range of teenage pregnancy being monitored by the government was from 10 to 19 years old. And according to Lieutenant Colonel Rudy Sangotiano, a spokesperson of Police Regional Office 11, on May 11, 2023, Davao Region Police reported 128 cases of rape in the Davao region in the first 4 months of this year, most of them involving minors below 16 years of age due to incestuous rape or being raped by their siblings or fathers. Hence, these reports thereby alarm communities regarding the vulnerability of adolescents toward coercion and manipulation of their sexuality. As expressed by Major Catherine De La Rey, spokesperson of the Davao City Police Office, the child is innocent, and she or he doesn't know how to differentiate the bad touch from the good touch. Therefore, this advocacy project serves as a way for everyone to be more aware of sexual harassment and other related topics. It is intended to educate men, women, or any gender to respect the boundaries and limitations of each and every person. It is essential for everyone to be able to communicate their boundaries and for others to respect them. If someone says no, it is crucial to listen and to stop whatever activity or behavior is causing discomfort or harm. No means no, and respecting the other person's boundaries, whether personally or professionally, is essential. Consenting to something should always be a choice, made willingly and with a complete understanding of the situation. Furthermore, the project also aims to give quality sex education to young people, promote healthy behaviors and attitudes, and help individuals develop the skills necessary to make informed decisions about their sexual and reproductive health, and thereby preventing teenage pregnancy and the spread of sexually transmitted disease among the youth. So for the brief description of the project, as a country signatory to the United Nations and as students that aim to uphold gender equality, this project would be an excellent platform to promote its goals, specifically SDG 5 goals, which is gender equality, with its first goal, ending gender disparities; second, eliminating violence against women and girls' lives; the third, securing equal participation and opportunities for leadership; and fourth, universal access to sexual and reproductive rights by creating an avenue where any gender could develop their sexuality, learn healthy responses towards sexual harassment or violence, establishing a support group where any gender or culture can share their concerns with trust. This project can serve as a baseline for other projects and a ladder that would advocate positive sexual change in society. This event would also promote healthy sexual attitudes and behaviors, reduces negative health outcomes, fosters inclusivity and diversity, support personal development, and prevents sexual violence and exploitation, and promotes reproductive rights and justice. In this, in turn, would help these students become more knowledgeable and can protect themselves from coercion and manipulation. Listen When I Say No aims to build up and strengthen the community's general definition and awareness towards sexual harassment and the truth towards sexuality. Specifically, the goals of this project is to first, promote awareness of Sustainable Development Goal number 5, gender equality in the community. Foster respect towards individual boundaries and limitations. Inform every individual regarding the legal rights against sexual harassment. Advocate healthy methods for preventing and responding to sexual harassment. Establishing a support group for victims of sexual harassment. Promote respect for diversity and help students understand and respect different sexual orientations, gender identities, and expressions. And lastly, correct misconceptions about teenage pregnancy and sexually transmitted disease. For the implementation, this project shall be a 4-day program conducted in 2 phases. The first part is focused on information dissemination of sexuality education and sexual harassment through face-to-face meetings of the chosen schools, and it shall involve lectures, testimonies, team buildings, and open forums where students are introduced to their sexuality while addressing their misconceptions. While the second part is focused on preventive measures and healthy methods of addressing sexual harassment, such as self-defense activities and introduction to the availability and utilization of governmental activities and services that offer protection against vulnerable populations. So this is the summarized list of activities of the implementation. For the first phase, the first part will be done through Introduction to Sustainable Development Goals SDG 5 on gender equality, Introduction on sexual orientations, gender identities, and expressions. And there will be some topics about sexuality education, focusing on anatomy and physiology, puberty and adolescent development, identity, pregnancy and reproduction, sexually transmitted diseases and HIV, and healthy relationship. We'll also address misconceptions on teenage pregnancy and sexually transmitted diseases, and testimonies of individuals who have overcome sexual harassment and gender violence. For the second phase, it shall be more focused on about preventive measures. So in here, we'll be tackling about Constitution and laws protecting individual rights, especially women. Specifically, RA 9710, Magna Carta of Women, RA 9262, Anti-Violence Against Women and Their Children, RA 7877, Anti-Sexual Harassment Act, RA 8353, Anti-Rape Law, RA 9208, Anti-Trafficking in Persons Act, and RA 11313, Safe Spaces Act, or what we all know, Bawal Bastos Law. The second phase will also tackle about personal safety, which includes Speak Out training, which trains individual on the healthy ways to speak out on sexual harassment or violence, despite being a victim or bystander. Preventive measures on sexual assaults and the methods to utilize the existing laws efficiently. There is also self-defense activities such as martial arts. And then lastly, availability and utilization of governmental services, which includes but not limited to barangay violence against women, OVO desk, free hotline services, and free legal aid to survivors. Lastly, the second phase, which will also include respecting boundaries and limitations activities, team building activities, and an open forum. So let's go now to the beneficiaries. The participants will be the grade 8 students from the 4 high schools of Davao City, namely Santa Ana High School, Davao City National High School, Binugao National High School, and Santo Niño National High School. This event will benefit the student as this platform shall empower them by giving them the knowledge and skills to make informed decisions about their bodies, relationships, and sexual health. It can also help students develop confidence and positive self-esteem, which can improve their overall well-being and provide students with knowledge and skills to recognize and avoid risky situations such as sexual abuse, coercion, and harassment. This project then is of great significance to the schools, as the schools not only be able to protect their students from sexual harassment, but they shall also be able to improve health outcomes, increase parental involvement, and overall create a support group for young adolescents to address their concerns and fears towards their sexuality. This in turn would help the community, as the event would educate the youth about the importance of their sexuality and thereby advocating for them their respect and promote healthy behaviors and relationships. The City of Davao will be able to benefit from this project, as well as this event would increase access to information and resources for individuals who may not have access to such information through their families, while also reducing the stigma and addressing vulnerable populations such as adolescents, young adults, and individuals who have experienced sexual violence or exploitation. So now let's go to the last part, allies and partners. Listen When I Say No shall be conducted in collaboration with first, Gabriela Women's Party, or the General Assembly, binding women for reform, integrity, equality, leadership, and action. A progressive Filipino political party that advocates for women's issues and represents Filipino women in the House of Representatives. Next is the Volunteer Service Provider, or VSP, a service-oriented student organization of San Pedro College of Davao City, advocating the spirit of volunteerism, and the third-year psychology students of San Pedro College to aid in the physiological aspects of human sexuality, such as attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors. And lastly, the four chosen schools, namely Santa Ana High School, Davao City National High School, Pinugao National High School, Santo Niño National High School. Furthermore, the BS Pharmacy 3A will be inviting speakers that are well-versed in gender equality and the related topics, individuals of overcome gender violence or sexual harassment to provide testimonies, and highly acclaimed martial artists for self-defense to fully ensure that the inputs will be given throughout the event will be credible, reliable, and valid. Now that we have come now to the end, once again, I am Ella Dalumpines from BS Pharm TA, and this is the Contemporary World Advocacy Project entitled Listen When I Say No, Protecting Individual Rights and Sexuality for the Love of the Youth. Thank you.